Doesn't mean that if they have a stable family, they are satisfied economically, that they are not going to go through other forms of hardship and staying nights studying or in the lab doing something, or you see what I mean? This is also, it requires a lot of patience and staying nights awake and studying and putting all these efforts. So you see where we need to start really thinking also differently. To be creative, as we have been in our reading of the situation. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. To be a creative type of reading the situation. The know-how, how we can really make a difference and bring life of what apparently is devoid of life. Without this spirit of Allahu Akbar, without this spirit of do not despair, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put inside you these capabilities, but you need to bring them. And by the way, Quran said it very explicitly. وَابْتَلُوا means a challenge. وَابْتَلُوا الْيَتَامَى, if you have like orphans under your supervision, challenge them. What about them? It's like the same thing, or even more applies to your own kids. If you want really to bring out of them or prepare them to life, how can you achieve that without them being a challenge? Which means that we need to ask what type of giving, what level, what degree of giving is needed as a response to the challenge that we are facing today, which is not less than the challenge that was facing Muhammad ﷺ and his companions at the time. It's really a very complicated situation. Okay, I mean, we are living in a time that is many folds more complicated than the situation, and in terms like the level of complexity is totally. And now we are trying to respond to it as if it is like a smaller challenge or less complex. It doesn't work. But that should really come out from us, from our good assessment. Yes, it may take some time even to assess the problem itself. And we have said this before, sometimes it takes time more than the solution itself. Unless we locate ourselves in time and the space, okay, appropriately, again, we are not going to know where are we going. And the whole idea of these discussions is really to help us, okay, to see, I mean, we are all going through this toil even mentally. Okay, what should we do? What is the right way of doing it? Do you see what I mean? But as we are doing this, we need to have this belief that the answer is inside us. We are holding on it, but it needs to be expressed and will not be expressed except by challenge. We need to start thinking how we can challenge ourselves to bring these things really out. You want to say something?
Yeah, I remember Dr. Asi just khutbah last time in Jummah. And you said it very good that we blame it on something that is going to happen. Anything is happening and we cannot do anything about. We say, well, we blame it on taqdeer. That it has to happen anyway, so what? And sister, she raised a very good question about Haiti. And my answer to that, in my knowledge, is that first of all, we as a parent has to understand what kind of misery they have been through. And then we had to make our kids understand, and then they would respond. Like, for example, in schools, I think they did a good job telling them to help them with the money. I have a little daughter, and she wasn't comfortable till she took her own money, which is, I'm talking about pennies and dimes, and I wanted to give her a little money to take. She said, no, because the teacher explained us that you have to help, so I want to help with my own money. That's how, we had to understand them, the misery they go through, and then you make them challenge, what should we do? They would come up with a very good answer, how to help. There are a lot of needy people in this society, Muslims or non-Muslims or everything. We have to create an environment where we can help each other. That's what Dr. Khair is talking about.
Yeah, but again, I want to take it beyond also that, and to basically start really thinking about other aspects. Okay, our kids, I don't want them to be only like a firefighter. Okay, running from one place to other to extinguish a fire here and there. These will not stop. Okay, at least our life told us, informed us that these things are part, okay, of life, and they will continue to. But to just, limit our giving and our contribution only to these disasters, we are not going anywhere. Okay, and probably we can get it to the next level and ask how we can prevent, how we are prepared. I'll give you an example. Instead of every time there is a calamity of that nature, okay, let us do a fundraising, let us collect money, let us collect whatever, which is, I am not against this, you know this. But why not to have a budget ready as a community? Something happened on the spot. You have people ready to respond. Okay? And instead of waiting for dollar from here and dollar from there, no, we know that this is going to be part of our life. Let us be prepared for it ahead of time so that our efforts will not be distracted every time we have something of that nature. As an idea. To what extent we can work on it to make it a reality. We want, let us say, something for our masjid. We have to be prepared ahead of time, not like the last minute. And we don't know what to do, okay, and we may be confused in how to respond, or we don't have the right tools to do that. You see where I am driving? We need to be proactive rather than reactive. Exactly. But that will not come unless you have a clear picture. Okay? That this is part and parcel. And toil, the example of Mecca showed us that the toil and the struggle was not against life, but on the opposite. They